Okay, we're back here at Turner Stadium. Talk of the tailgate, Parents' Night, last game of the season, regular season. Summer Creek will be going into the playoffs. But we're here tonight to talk to Dr. Sean Weaver from Memorial Hermann. And what we're going to talk about tonight is probably one of the hottest topics in sports, and that's supplements. And who should be taking them, what supplements should you be taking, and do they do any good anyway? Dr. Weaver, appreciate you joining us again tonight. Let's talk a bit about the supplements. The first thing I guess every kid gets involved in is strength. That's the first thing they want to do is strength. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that these supplements are marketed to make you bigger muscles, stronger, faster, quicker. And, you know, a lot of it is just marketing. So, you know, I usually tell patients to ask about it. You have to be real careful about what you're getting because none of this stuff's tested. So you're not sure exactly what you're getting.
And you can get, I guess, you and me could go with any kid we can find. We could go to a store, and we won't name names, but you could go to a store and buy anything off the shelf, take it home, mix it, and see if it works. And if one scoop's better, then two scoops might even be a lot better, and then we run into problems, don't we?
Absolutely. Yeah, some of those supplements, you know, especially the energy or weight loss or pre-workout supplements, are dangerous. They have a lot of stimulants in them, and it can be dangerous to the heart, especially for kids. So you got to be real careful about what you're getting and what your kids are taking.
Okay, if let's say that we are going to agree to take supplements and they are good, is there an age group that absolutely should not take supplements? And I know you don't want to endorse an age group when they should, but talk a little bit about the age and when a kid should at least try them.
Well, I think going back to the word supplement, it should be a supplement to a good balanced diet. So eating normal foods and a balanced diet really gets you all that you need. You know, when kids are in school, in elementary, middle school, and even high school, they don't necessarily need supplements. But as they continue to play athletics, and if they're getting to those elite levels, you know, college and beyond, these supplements can help with recovery and help performance. So really, you know, school-age kids don't need them.
Now, I know there's for strength, and as someone who's competed at a high level in track and field, there's also muscle recovery, and everybody sells some type of glutamine or something like that. What's the difference between a recovery and then a muscle builder? Is there any difference, or?
There isn't. So, I mean, during exercise, you break down some of the muscle tissue, and a lot of these supplements help repair that. So a normal diet will do that, but if you're not able to take in enough calories or get in enough protein, that's where these supplements can be handy. So, you know, protein's something that I think works well, and that's something that I'll recommend. You know, if somebody's training hard and they just can't take in enough calories through regular food.
What happens if and I think the thing is, a lot of people think if they go and they buy this big jar of supplements, they're going to be stronger, and they may not work out like they should. If you're not working out, and if you're not just flat getting after it, then the supplements aren't going to do you any good, are they?
They're not. It's just like eating extra food. So if you're not burning and using those extra calories, your body's going to store them, so you're going to get fat.
Let's. I guess this is still a supplement, but let's skip a little bit to the energy drinks and the recovery drinks. Man, there's a company out there now that has something you take before you compete. There's something that you take after you compete. There's something that you take while you compete. Let's talk about that. Is there any benefit to that?
Well, you know, most of those pre-energy, it's just a big dose of caffeine. And really for kids, if you're sleeping well and eating a balanced diet, you don't need that. So at this level, those things can only do harm for you. So I wouldn't recommend, you know, using those on a regular basis.
Now, one thing, and I know a lot of coaches and trainers that I've talked to just in the last couple of years, there's a difference between a sports drink and I guess we'll call them energy drinks. And the energy drinks there's a lot being talked about now that those things could be extremely dangerous for a kid in there.
They can. And you've seen probably cases in the news where, it's increased someone's heart rate where it can be deadly. So something like that, you don't fool with it because, again, these aren't regulated. You don't know what you're getting from one jug to the neck. So it's something you got to be really careful about.
Now, if there's something on the shelf, and I think the misconception is a lot of people think if they do go to their favorite store and they trust that brand name of the store, that stuff on the shelf is going to be good, it's going to be approved, and there's going to be no problems. What about testing? What if a kid is tested? There's no guarantee that because that's on the shelf at your favorite store, you're going to pass a drug test, is there?
Yeah, I'd agree. There's a lot of stuff you can walk in, buy it legally, you take it, and you're going to test positive for illegal substances. So that's why none of this stuff is regulated. So you're kind of playing with fire when you take stuff like that. So you got to be real careful.
Okay, now let's drop down, and I don't want to slight anybody's product. That's not what we're here for. But if I'm 16 years old, is there a big benefit to eating correctly, eating right, and not taking supplements or taking the supplements if I'm working out in the weight room?
Well, if you're eating a good balanced diet, you're going to get just as much as far as what you need as opposed to taking the supplements. Now, at that level, you can benefit by using some supplements. And I usually talk to patients about one or two things. The first one's protein. The second one's creatine, because both those have research to back them up, saying they're safe. They've been out for a long time, and we know they're not going to harm you if you use them correctly.
All right, now before we go, and we're going to take off here in just a minute, but the one thing that I think I see more of anything is, besides strength, is a kid's coming in, say in the 8th grade, he's going to be in the 9th grade, he wants to gain 20 pounds. And now there's stuff out there where he can gain weight, and he's going to get bigger, and he's going to gain weight. Talk a little bit about some of those type of supplements, the weight gain stuff.
Well, it's just a lot of calories, and it's easier and definitely more cost effective. You can get that by eating regular food. So you go eat peanut butter and jelly, or even ice cream, and you're going to get the calories and put on the weight, and it's going to cost you a lot less. So definitely for parents, that's a big deal. You don't want to go out and spend 50, 60, 70 bucks on some powder when that could buy you, half a week's worth of groceries.
Now, there's one, I said I was going to let you go, but I'm not, because there's one more thing that popped in my mind. There a lot of companies out there now, a lot of the supplement companies have what they call a fat burner. Now, it's my understanding that it's not a fat burner. It's basically a legal form of amphetamines.
Yeah, so these do. Again, that falls kind of in the same category as those pre-workout drinks. It's a large dose of caffeine and something along the lines of a speed or amphetamine. And, those are very dangerous supplements. So I wouldn't recommend anyone at any level taking those.
And they're also very accessible. I mean, we can get those on the shelf too, can't we?
Yeah, they even sell them at the grocery store on the shelf. So, dangerous stuff, and, I don't recommend anybody take those.
People, I think this might be the most informative show we've had for your athlete, your young athlete especially. Pay attention to this. Take heed. And once again, thanks to Memorial Hermann for coming out here. And I think this one, it may not make you a better athlete, but could save your athlete's life. We'll be right back here at Texan Live.